to die sooner than most people. And because that's what the doctor said. But I'm living life like,
no, what did the doctor say?
I might die in the morning. So
Nick Cannon is officially in the hot seat, and this situation is not looking good for him at all. One of his baby mothers has gone full mama bear mode, filing for emergency custody and a restraining order after claiming that Nick tried to force their child to donate an organ. Yes, you heard that right. Fans are shocked, and the streets are buzzing because this isn't just messy. It's next-level chaos. As people try to process this bombshell, the story gets even darker. Nick's history of having 12 kids across 6 different households, his very public health struggles, and long-running whispers about a disturbing plan involving his children's organs are now raising serious concerns. With this baby mama drama threatening to expose everything, things are about to get very ugly. Nick Cannon's baby mamas clearly did not come to play. According to reports, one of them, who chose to remain anonymous, filed for an emergency custody order. Sources claim she asked the court for full custody of their minor child because she says she has reasonable proof that Nick attempted to harvest the child's organs. Yes, that's the allegation. Leaked documents reportedly state that Nick tried to pressure the child's mother into allowing the child to donate an organ to him. The documents do not specify which organ, but fans are stunned by how extreme this situation sounds. It gets worse, as the mother also claims she fears Nick could abduct the child. Because of this, she is requesting a restraining order for both herself and the child. If these claims are true, this is extremely concerning. At this time, it's unclear whether the court will approve her request for sole custody or the restraining order. But sources say there is a strong chance that she could be granted both. Organ donation from a minor to a parent is incredibly rare, and usually only considered as a last resort. While we don't know exactly what health issue Nick is dealing with, the fact that his child may be considered as a donor shows how serious the situation could be. People are also saying this case could make the custody battle and restraining order decision very complicated for the court. And while the situation is shocking, many aren't completely surprised. Over the years, there has been a lot of talk about Nick's so-called breeding fetish. While he presents himself as a carefree womanizer, some believe that image is just a cover. According to rumors, some people claim he intentionally had many children so that if he ever needed an organ, he would have options. Given the current allegations, many feel this plan may have been in motion for years. Some say the public's view of Nick started to change after his last child was born in 2022. That's when many people began questioning whether one person could truly be present for 12 children across 6 households. When you factor in his busy career, things start to feel off. The amazing dad image he promotes no longer matches what people believe they're seeing. How he keeps track of all those kids is anyone's guess. But one thing Nick has never tried to hide is that monogamy is no longer something he believes in.
I feel like monogamy is healthy. I feel like that gets into the space of selfishness and ownership.
It looks like we may have finally figured out why all of this is happening. But before getting into the darker and stranger parts, let's slow down and really go through Nick's kids and baby mama list. Doing this helps put everything into perspective, so we can clearly see what's really going on. Nick was married to Mariah Carey from 2008 to 2016, though she filed for divorce back in 2014. Like many messy celebrity divorces, it took a couple of years to fully finalize. During their marriage, they welcomed twins in 2011, a son named Moroccan and a daughter named Monroe. The streets are saying Mariah already knew what Nick was planning, which is why she packed up her kids and left. When you really think about it, that theory starts to make sense. It could explain why Nick later went on a procreation spree. According to rumors, he wanted organ donors ready, and Mariah wasn't about to put her kids at risk. After the marriage ended, Nick didn't waste much time moving on. He soon started seeing Brittany Bell. In 2017, they welcomed their first child together, a son named Golden. Then in 2020, they had a daughter named Powerful Queen. In November 2022, Brittany gave birth to their third child, a son named Rise Messiah. Nick also shares twins Zion and Zillion with Abby de la Rosa. Their family grew again when they welcomed a daughter named Beautiful Zeppelin, who was born on November 11, 2022. Then there's Alyssa Scott, the mother of Nick's son Zen, who tragically passed away from brain cancer when he was only a few months old. Nick and Alyssa later welcomed a daughter named Halo Marie in December 2022. Nick also has a daughter with Brie Tiesi named Legendary Love, who was born in June 2022. He has another daughter with a woman named Lanisha Cole, who was born in September 2022. And just to really understand how wild all of this is, Nick had 3 children with 2 different women born in June 2021 alone, including Zen, who later passed away. Then in 2022, things somehow became even crazier. Nick had 5 kids with 5 different women in just 1 year. 2 of those children were even born in the same month, September. That means Nick currently has 8 children under the age of 6. At a certain point, it stops being just chaotic and starts looking like a full-on breeding fetish. Someone had to say it. Even before the organ allegations surfaced, fans were already questioning how Nick could possibly be a present father to all 12 of his children. Nick himself has admitted multiple times that all of his kids were planned and that none of them were accidents. He once said, "I'm going to take full responsibility. Any woman that I have unprotected intimacy with, there's potential to have a child. So if I choose to remove protection, I'm doing so knowing she could be the mother of my child." He continued by saying that every woman he's had a child with was discussed beforehand, and that he believed each of them would be an amazing mother. According to Nick, there was always a thought process behind it. He said things like, "She desires children. I can't wait to see what type of mother she'll be." Based on that, he claims all of his children were planned. But things took an even darker turn when insiders began talking about a secret plan Nick may have had all along. As many already know, Nick has been dealing with serious health issues for years, including lupus. He has been hospitalized multiple times due to kidney failure and other complications related to his condition. This isn't something minor. Back in 2017, Nick even opened up about this during an interview with Howard Stern, where he admitted he doesn't believe he's going to live as long as most people expect. That comment alone made a lot of people pause, especially when you look at everything else happening in his life.
We all can go through the assistant to make sure it's on the calendar if there's something important.
So let's talk about it. The idea of having children just to use them for organs is disturbing enough on its own, but an insider also claimed that Nick was extremely interested in cord blood when his babies were born. There is research suggesting that stem cells found in cord blood may show more promise in treating lupus than stem cells taken from bone marrow. According to cordbloodbank.com, this is why umbilical cord stem cell treatment for lupus is considered so exciting. Cord blood cells are less likely to be rejected than bone marrow stem cells, which gives more hope to patients who suffer from severe lupus symptoms. However, if Nick is now allegedly trying to obtain an organ, it's fair to assume that the cord blood stem cell treatments may not have worked as well as hoped. What makes this situation even more interesting is what happened shortly after this drama broke. One of Nick's baby mothers, Brie Tiesi, suddenly began publicly defending him. She started posting about how great of a father he is and shared a photo of them together on Snapchat. Along with the picture, she wrote, "I'm not proving anything. I love my family. I love my partner. I love all his kids. And I welcome and accept any mothers." This raised a lot of eyebrows because Brie has a long history of calling Nick out for being an absent and unreliable father. In the past, she admitted that she and the other mothers often had to communicate with Nick through his assistant just to reach him. So while Nick may present himself online as a super dad, behind the scenes it sounds less like active parenting and more like scheduling an appointment. Nick's reaction to all of this was interesting because he neither confirmed nor denied the allegations. Instead, he focused on claiming that she was using his name for clout. At the same time, people started asking a very important question. Is Nick even available to see his child? So how did she go from calling him a bad dad to suddenly labeling him the best father in the world and an amazing partner?